Hello friends, it's Patrick here, and today I'm going to be talking about the Vive wireless attachment that I got a lot earlier than I should have, but only because I just couldn't wait and see if going wireless in VR is the future. And to be honest, it is. It is the future. Holy crap, my friends. This is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. The fact that I have no wires. Look, this is, not even connected. It's got a battery pack with a cable to your pocket, but no wireless holding you back from from the computer, for example, or pulling you back and you put your feet on it, or you move around really fast, gets tangled in your arm, or you wave those sticks around and all of a sudden you grab it, pull something else off and break a lot of crap. No. This is pure wireless bliss, and it's incredible. It is absolutely incredible, and I have to talk about it. So let's have a chat about Vive's wireless attachment. First of all, this is ridiculously expensive. This is expensive. The whole setup you need to actually have it working is expensive. This is just another drop in the bucket, a rather large stone you might drop. So this wireless adapter here costs $479 in Australia at PLE. You can grab it right now. I actually initially got this for $560 because I bought it for $480 from America, and then I got my friend in the US to actually mail it back to me, and postage was $120. So basically, I paid $600 for this, but I did get it almost 3 months earlier than people in Australia. So I was quite excited to go, hey, I'm gonna make a video about it. I'm gonna be the first in Australia, but it kind of didn't work out because, we're in Australia and everybody in America already had it by the time I got it. Travel time was about 3 weeks. So I left this for a while. I left the review for a while because first of all, I kind of forgot about it because I use this actually quite often. This sits around on my computer quite often. I sometimes jump in, play a bit of Beat Saber, and lately I have felt so good about it, I forgot that it was an actual new attachment. It felt quite natural, just grab this device and off you go. It actually feels like that game, Ready Player One, obviously a bit more clunkier, and Ready Player One had this sort of thing with the way it would, movement and stuff. This is much more grounded in reality. In any case, the actual device, apart from costing a lot and being another stone in the bucket of spending money on this, and obviously if you have the premium headset here, the actual mount, another $150 on that one. I actually really like technology, I really like new things, and I really like VR. I thought it was absolutely exciting. If you are getting an HTC, actually I don't recommend the Pro. Don't do it. Really don't worry about it. Get the wireless one if you can. I think it's about $580 for this. Your computer, well, you're gonna have to have a good one to actually run it in the first place. But this wireless one really takes away the carelessness of having that cable. I even tried to have a pulley system to have the cable hanging with a little weight, so if I would move down, it would follow me, and it just didn't work very well. This solved all those problems, and I could not believe how well it works. So, what's the connection like? First of all, you need to have a spare PCIe Express port on your computer. The little one, actually, not the big one, so not the PCIe Express, but the smaller one, PCIe, for an antenna. This antenna is gonna sit somewhere near your computer, facing outwards into an open area where you're gonna use this. And that antenna connects to this receiver. Because it's a receiver, because it's receiving the video from here, and everything else is also coming sort of back and forth, right? It's sending you very high refresh rate, high quality video through here into your view so you don't get sick. So it's still at 90 frames, which is the main setting for the actual screen in here. And it's also relying on the fact that whatever movement you do, it matches the latency. This is an incredible feat of engineering, because for you to not get sick when using VR, it has to be a couple of things. High refresh rate, but also the latency of movement has to be spot on. And going from cable to wireless, to this wireless unit, and I'm gonna put a little star asterisk right here, is perfect. So why the asterisk, right? So after about 3 hours of gameplay, and trust me, I have done 3 hours on this because that's how I found out. This bit here gets extremely hot, like really hot. I mean, look at the ventilation on this. It really needs it because it gets really hot. When it starts getting that hot, you start to see artifacting on your screen. Things start to blur out. They start to get really pixelated, and that's how it controls itself. It lowers the resolution to keep the latency and the refresh rate really high. But when this gets too hot, this thing right here starts to really degrade the image quality, and even at some point it starts disconnecting because first of all, we are living in Australia. Australia is quite warm, and in the summer, this thing takes a beating. Now, battery life, that little battery that comes with it lasts about 4 hours, and it is quick charge. Really good. I usually get about, well, a couple of hours. If I play for 2 hours or an hour, I get a really decent gameplay. I don't have to recharge it the next time, but maybe the third or fourth time I will need to recharge it. The little USB cable comes from the back, goes into your back pocket, and you can store it in there, and it's not problematic. The cable is long enough for most tall people, and for short people, you might even wound it up on the battery pack. So I don't know, I've watched a few reviews, nobody's mentioned this overheating problem because I feel like nobody plays longer than 2 hours. I don't think people do, and I even asked another YouTuber, and he said, no, I don't actually play that long because I start feeling a bit sick. So I was like, ooh, look at me, little Superman. I actually played a lot longer and realized that when this overheats, it starts degrading in quality. So, pro tip, if you're getting this, don't play longer than 3 hours because you're starting to, kind of get a little bit of artifacting in the system. So 3 hours maximum. Your fourth hour is going to be a bit crappy. The battery will run out anyway, so you're going to have to recharge it. Is it worth $480? I believe it is. I mean, if you've already got this, there's really no reason why you shouldn't get this. And if you've got room scale, this is just absolutely brilliant. I'm lucky enough to have enough room to actually use this. It isn't a bit of a living room, but it's nice to have this set up and not have to have a wire running through. So even though it is a living room, you can actually grab this and go and play without really creating mess around that living room. Setting this up on the computer is a little bit different. So you actually have to find the right software, which wasn't as easy as I thought. It does come with a little disc, but who has CD drives these days? Who has a high-end computer and a DVD drive? Who? I don't even have a slot for it. Anyway, I had to download it. Downloading it is a little bit annoying. I couldn't quite find the right software. It would lead me to random other things. It's weird because it's a completely separate software than actual Steam VR. You launch this program and you do a pairing. You have your antenna facing this device, you press a little button here, cool button, right? It's the shape of the Vive thing. You press that and it syncs it up, and you have a little bar, like a Wi-Fi bar of connection, which gives you the strength of the connection, and off you go. Now, interestingly enough, I've never seen that go lower than 3. Especially because I was even 4 meters away and it was still perfect. So don't worry about distance, because you'll be able to cover your whole room scale with one of these, and you won't actually have to worry about it because you're not going to go further than 3 meters because that's the limit of your actual light boxes. Once you've launched that piece of software, you can jump into Steam VR. It will recognize the actual device here, and you can start using your Steam VR as you would normally. There's no interference between this and Steam VR, and that's actually what makes it interesting. So the two softwares are separate, and I understand why they did it. You kind of go, well, I'm going to create a fake video connection, fake by digitizing it and saying that this is the actual connection through the HDMI, through this, and pointing it through that device into this receiver, and therefore Steam VR doesn't really care what it sees. It's a completely separate process. It's a good design-wise, software-wise, that it's not incorporated into anything else, and I believe in the future they will incorporate it into the Steam design. And I have this slight feeling that the next iteration of this virtual headset is going to have this all built into one. It's going to be a much lighter, much smaller device. This is just kind of one of those janky put together devices. But right now, is it worth it? Yes, it bloody is. How many times can I say it? It is the most amazing feeling to explore the world, walk around room scale, and not have to worry about the actual wires. And if you offset this to the back like you're supposed to, you'll actually get a nice weighted system where you won't even notice that there's extra weight. So it's quite light, don't get me wrong, because it's really an antenna. And you'll actually find that the weight here and here balances out in a way, if you've got the premium strap of course, balances it in a way that makes it quite nice to wear for longer periods of time. Now obviously some people aren't able to do that just through visuals, but I found that it really, really helped. I'd love to do a video about is VR still alive, is it dying, but I have to say, this setup, and I've showed this to friends, family, it is absolutely mind-blowing. The feedback I've had is incredible, to say the least. But it's not something that you can sit down and just grab a game and just play. Like, you're not gonna buy this for a game. There's no killer game. There's been rumors of Half-Life 3 coming out on VR, but there's no killer game just yet. There's killer demos. I call them VR demos. So it's great to show your family and friends. And there are some games like Arizona Sunshine. I played through that 6-hour campaign. That's actually how I did the 3-hour stint. Really, really fun. Really enjoyed it, but it was very short. Again, it wasn't a game you could pick up. Beat Saber, on the other hand, is a game you can continuously play, and it's a really great form of exercise, actually. I haven't mentioned that. A great form of exercise. You will get extremely sweaty, so remember, wash these pads. They are removable, and this, obviously, the battery side of things. So, VR, I don't think it's on its way out. I think it's just going to get cheaper and better. If it doesn't, then it's going to fail, and we need some great games. We need some killer games that are going to come out, and you're going to go, holy crap, I want this, I want to buy this. Like, for example, PlayStation 2, Grand Theft Auto, right? That was a killer game for that console. There's other games that have come out, you know, exclusive, but I don't think it's so, but in any case, Red Dead Redemption was a reason to get a console. I ended up getting one. In any case, guys, thank you very much for watching my little video about the wireless VR. I hope it has forced you to buy one. I am not getting sponsored by these guys, but this is just gold. I'm so happy with it. Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, let me know what you think about the wireless setup. Let me know what you think about the future of VR. Is it something that you want to get into now? It's a really good time to get into. The prices have gone down for this older version of the system. Don't get the Pro. Again, I'm going to repeat it. I don't want to give you a reason to don't get it. Just don't. And this is still the best setup you can get right now. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Catch you in another video.